If your job at a healthcare facility includes disinfecting against viruses, you know prevention is the best medicine. And maintaining healthy spaces starts with a healthy cleaning routine. Grainger's world-class supply chain helps ensure you have the quality products you need when you need them. From disinfectants and cleaning supplies to personal protective equipment, so you can help deliver a clean bill of health. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Here we go. Welcome in. It is Follow the Money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Mitch Moss along with Pauly Howard, live downtown Las Vegas from the Circa Resort and Casino. Thanks for checking in today on the VSiN Watch app, Sirius XM Channel 158, YouTube TV, wherever you might be taking the show in today. We appreciate it. Huge show coming up over the next 3 hours. Rivalry weekend in Major League Baseball, the Preakness, WNBA, PGA update, and of course the playoff schedule for tonight and this weekend in the NHL and the NBA, where the Knicks are holding steady as a 2.5-point favorite now over the Celtics, and the total is around 210. In the first quarter tonight, the Knicks are minus a half a point. In the first half, the Knicks are either minus 1 or 1.5. Where are you at with this one? Because you liked them in Game 5.
Yeah.
And they did not get the job done. And Tatum now again out for the rest of the year, and the Celtics look good in that second half in keeping that series alive.
Yeah. I think come right back with the over, which is cash 3 in a row. Right back with the Pritchard props, bombs away. You know, you can do a same-game parlay at William Hill if you want 14.5 points and 2.5 with the threes. DraftKings knocked it up to 3.5. But it's a huge night, as they haven't made the conference finals in 25 years. Second most expensive ticket in Knicks history, and you got Yankees Mets down the street as well. It's been a hard series to get a read on, but certainly the Knicks have been here before, and they could not close out the Pistons at home, and had to do it on the road. So this is just so much drama here. If Boston can come back, they saw Tatum. He's out of the hospital. He gave him a little pep talk as well. That could be a shot in the arm, but I wouldn't expect White to do that again. Horford or Holiday can't play Porzingis. Can you get that again from Cornette? And I would think OG will never shoot like that again. Brunson will be Superman, and the Knicks will walk away with a close win. That's probably how it'll play out tonight.
Here's the way that I have really thought about the game now in the last 12 to 18 hours, and that is, what if games 4 and 5 were reversed? Meaning the Celtics won Game 4 at the Garden. Tatum did not get hurt. And then they went back to Boston, and the Knicks won that game, and Tatum did get hurt. Right? And we would not have that performance to go on. The first game and the only game now in this series without Jason Tatum. Like, if the games were reversed, would we all not love the Knicks? I think that would be the case. Yeah. And I don't know if this number would be 2.5, although it's been bet up from 1 on the opener right after the game on Wednesday night. So you like the over. To me, that's the biggest question mark of the game tonight, and I don't know what to do with it, and here's why. The first game was 108-105 in overtime. Now, that number was 212.5, 213.5, depending on when you bet it. Mm-hmm. So it landed right there. The second game stayed under 211, was never close. It was 91-90. Then the total was down to 208, and it was 115-93. The total in that game was 209. It stayed under by a point in that one. And then the last 2 games have absolutely went to the moon. Yep. When the total was 208.5 and then 208, you had a combined score of, 235 and then 229 in the last couple of games.
Mm-hmm. Certainly Tibbs now gets a better look at him and a better idea of what they're going to do offensively after Game 5. And then can this Cornette thing continue again as well? But I expect the Knicks to make the adjustments, and there was a little bit of both. Boston was great in that second half, and the Knicks played lousy. But you would think, can you get a huge effort here from someone other than Brunson? And does Cat go off? And Bridges and the others and OG maybe have a better game, and they get the win. But I can't get past how the first 2 games played out when they were getting blown out. Yeah. I can't get past the Detroit series.
I don't blame you.
I mean, Detroit should have beat them. And the Knicks couldn't close them out at home in that one, too. So the mystique about the Garden and all this and the Mecca, and they have a losing record at home. They've been better on the road. But again, I can't get past the Pritchard props, where that's the one guy I trust from a Boston standpoint, because he was also good in Game 3 when they had Tatum. in the game they had to have. Pritchard, with a big shot in the arm for him and a big reason why they led that game early on. So he came right back, and he didn't really shoot the ball that well in Game 5, but if he can find it, 2.5, but over 3.5 made threes and over the points again, because he's going to take a ton of them, and I got confidence he's going to make them. But as far as these other guys, I don't know.
Well, let me run down some of the numbers here. Brown's 25.5.
No.
Right?
No.
I mean, do we expect him to have that same kind of game? I mean, he can be really good tonight, but that and so like the points and assist prop tonight is 32.5. It was he went flying over that in the previous game, but it was also 29.5. That's 3 higher now for tonight's game. I mean, to expect him to have 12 assists again tonight, that you can't do that. You can't go to war with something like that. White's now 20.5. That's a big number. It was 18.5 last game, but he doubled that number. No problem.
Yep.
I'm with you. I think Pritchard 14.5. That's only been adjusted by a point, or some spots actually had 14.5 for the last game. And then the other guys, I have no idea.
Yeah, look at Porzingis. I mean, he's 6.5 now. Will he even play the guy? I mean, how much, if you say he can't even breathe the last time out there.
Yeah, is that going to be corrected in 2 days?
Yeah, and what Cornette gave him. So I would definitely go under 6.5 with Porzingis. And, Hart's been good too. And he played well in the last game as well.
Oh, he was great.
But I thought the Horford and the Holiday thing, although they played well, was a total fluke because they look old and cooked for much of this series early on.
Yep. So Brunson's 29.5 or 30.5. Cat is 20.5. Feels like a big number. But doesn't he have to step up here and be like the second best player on the team?
Yeah, but I always worry about the silly fouls. I like over 11. Rebounds, I think, is the way to go. The rebounds has come down now after he was so good early on. He's down to 11.5 with the rebounds.
How about why don't we get a game from Bridges tonight? Just because he's so inconsistent and you don't know if he's going to score 29 or if he's going to score 11?
Yep.
Okay.
Don't know. These are tough. How much run does Robinson get? They've been great with the 2 bigs out there. Mm-hmm. But if you're going to hack a Robinson and that's working for Boston, maybe you have to limit his minutes too. But between the rebounds and props and the points, this has been a tough series and been a hard to get a read on what's going to happen night in, night out.
I have no idea what to do with the total, so I'm going to stay away from that one. You do like the over, you said. You lean that way. And I'm going to wait to see if I can get a better number on the Knicks in play. Maybe Boston, hopefully anyway, gets out to a fast lead, and I'll come back on the Knicks. Yeah.
I can't sell you on the over. They play quicker without Tatum.
That's very true.
Because Tatum is more one-on-one, hunting for the matchup. Where's the mismatch? Where's Brunson? Where's Towns? Finally get it. Okay, here comes the 3. No, there's more threes and more passing and more attacking without Tatum.
Right. There's no stalling the basketball. It doesn't clog down, as you call it, the clogged toilet, right? And he doesn't take 19. It's not James Harden. Here's 17 dribbles, and he's going to go between his legs 10 times, and then he just operates and bleeds the clock down to 4 seconds, and then he takes some stupid shot.
Well, I love this now because all the pressure's on the Knicks. They got to get this done. I mean, you haven't made it in 25 years. You're at home, close out, and the best player's out for the season. You blow a 3-1 lead, which is all on the table here. Mm-hmm. So that's why I have so much drama and interest tonight.
And they have to win.
Yeah, and can I interest you now in Boston 16-1? OKC loses again, and they don't play well in the second half. They are 1-7 ATS last 8. The superpower team hasn't shown other than one time. So now, if I win tonight, I get Game 7 at home. Who knows? I'm 10-2 without Tatum. There's 16-1 out there to win the title.
Well, would you like him a lot to beat the Pacers?
I don't know. That's a tough series.
That's a really tough series.
I know. I'd have to see more, but I'm in love with this Indiana team right now. And I talked to Jeff Sherman at the Westgate. He makes Minnesota the favorite over Denver.
Has to.
Yeah. They've owned them in the
no
Plus,
doubt.
You're going back-to-back 7-game wars.
Yep. Did you make a bet, by the way, on the Nuggets and Thunder for Game 7?
I took Denver. Yeah, I took Denver
because it opened up 8.5.
Yeah,
and then
you got the Gordon news though too. But
and by the way, that came down late in the game last night. The hammy did not look great, and he said he was going to address it as soon as the game ended last night. Obviously.
Yep.
But so how about this now? Total opened 211.5. It closed 218.5, and eventually went over that number by like 10 points last night. That's down because it's a Game 7, so they opened it up 7 points shorter than where Game 6 closed last night.
All of it's weird.
So I bet over 211.5 immediately. I don't love the bet. I just thought, well, that number is going to probably go up based on previous numbers in the series, and it has. In fact, I hope it goes to like 214.5, and I'm probably going to try to buy off it because I don't love it. I just thought the number was going to go up.
Well, who can be Robin? I mean, Williams has been horrendous here, other than that one game.
3 of 16.
Yep. What is he? 2 of 14 from 3 going back, and 11 of 40, I think, shooting. So not much help from SGA, and again, experience. And I keep using the cliche, but they don't know how to win. They can't do it. They don't have the big game experience, and these other guys do. They've won a title, and now they're the last team that went 7 games in the first 2 rounds, the 2020 Nuggets. Before that, the 99 Nuggets. 2010, excuse me. 2020, 2019 Nuggets, right, yeah. So they've done this before, and with OKC, I don't have a lot of confidence in them, even though Gordon had the injury late in the game. But you would figure they play better at home, but I'm sitting here and waiting for this team to look like the 68-win team that we saw for much of the year and this great defensive team, and I haven't seen it, and it showed in the ATS. And you also, finally, you have to dock them from a power rating standpoint.
So
they're like a 260 favorite now, 250 against Minnesota, right, if that's the Western Conference Finals.
Right, and earlier this week, you called it out immediately when the thought was they'd be like a 330 favorite. You're like, that's insane. There's no way they can be that high. I tell you, the way they're playing right now and the way that this matchup looks like it could go for Minnesota against them, I don't think you can make them 260. I don't think you can do that.
No.
Minnesota's playing, I mean, if you go back again, if you factor in how OKC is playing like right now in the playoffs and how Minnesota has been for the last 3 months, go ahead. Wow. Make a minus 260 or $3. That's a huge mistake in my opinion.
The Randall factor, too.
Yep.
How well he's smarter bets start here, last all year long with VSiN Pro. The annual subscription, 14 months, just $199. When you use promo code PRO, 2 extra months free for under 50 cents a day. Every golf bet, the betting splits, the dog videos, everything we do, less than 50 cents a day, and the betting systems from Mackin and vsin.com/subscribe code PRO. We got a lot of drama here about make and miss the cut with the PGA. A lot of guys right on the cut line here.
We'll update that. And a huge weekend in Major League Baseball with rivalry weekend going on. We'll go over the game's props, including a batter with 7 career home runs when he faces tonight's starting pitcher. All next here on VSiN.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
So Johnny Vegas, absolutely stellar name, putting together a stellar weekend at the PGA Championship at Quail Hollow. He did get to 10 under today. Gave a couple of back late, and he is still the leader in the clubhouse right now, Pauly, at 8 under, and he was the first-round leader yesterday. And I know Matt Humans was talking about this on primetime as that first round was closing up shop yesterday, right after our show, and the golfers were, going to be winding down for their 18 holes that day. He talked about how Johnny Vegas at the Westgate, not a single bet on him at that book to be the first-round leader. And here at Circa, they took 5 very small bets on him to win the tournament.
Yep. 575 to 1 here, 200 to 1 at the Westgate first-round leader. Incredible. And this is one of the nastiest leaderboards I've ever seen, where you have to go down a ways and it changed in the last half hour before you find a big name or a fan favorite after how this thing sets up and what's going on. And as I mentioned earlier, the stuff that's hanging in the balance here. Rory on the cut line, he was plus 750 to miss the cut. Mitchell 2 to 1, Spieth 2 to 1. Matsuyama plus 260. Koepka, forget about it. Bye-bye, 2 to 1. Straka 2 to 1. Lowry plus 245. Schauffele 4 to 1. That's all to miss the cut. And then all these guys, because there's so many unknowns or surprises in the top 5, top 10, to finish in the top 20. Grayserman 6 to 1. Holmes found his game 5 to 1. Bjornsson 6 to 1. Jagerbaum 5 to 1. Gerard 6 to 1. These are just top 20.
Sure.
With all these guys and how Noren 6 to 1. Adam Scott even plus 450. It's wild.
So Matthew Pavone right now is 2 back. He is at 6 under for the tournament. He is done for the day. Smalley, same number. He is through 12. Fitzy. Matthew Fitzpatrick just birdied. Now he's back to 5 under for the day. He's through 10. So he is 3 strokes off the lead. Gerard right there with him. And then you do have to go down to, well, guess who's lurking and lingering? Like the Boston Strangler. Scotty Scheffler. He is 4 under now through 9. He just parred number 9 overall, but 2 under for the day. And he's still the favorite to win this thing. Uh-huh. And why would he not be?
Yeah. I can't wait to talk to Wes Reynolds because he thinks all these guys at the top of the leaderboard are going to fall off.
Sure.
And then it's just who stays consistent and who jumps up there and or people come back to him and is maybe 5 under good enough if these guys fall back.
I'm expecting Bryson DeChambeau to make another run. He had a good round today. He's in the clubhouse. He is 3 under. He shot a 68. But I think that he, with this course and, his championship pedigree and how long this thing plays, and, he's a massive bomber, I would expect Bryson to get back into the mix. And, in fact, I would say that he's in the mix right now, 2 days to go, 5 strokes back. He can put together another 67 or 68 tomorrow and be right at the top of the leaderboard. I have not bet him yet. I'm going to wait to see until more books post a number on him, but the first book that I looked at had him at like plus 550. I'm hoping to get maybe a little bit more than that. So other guys who fell on their faces today, Aubert.
Yeah, he did. He was plus 260 to miss the cut.
Holy smokes,
what
man.
Happened? Yep.
I took some of him, a decent bet at 22-1 last night. Thought, he played so well at the Masters until he fell on his face very late and somehow did not finish top 5, which was a huge beat or a wicked beat. And then he was right there yesterday again, 1 under. I thought, you know what? I think this guy has a really good chance of winning a major this year. I have nothing on him. Let me add some 22-1. May as well burn my money today. But there's Max Homa at 5 under. He put together a hell of a round today, and he's got this terrific course history here at Quail Hollow. That'd be a good one.
Yep. As of right now, Spieth, Lowry, Matsuyama, JT, Aubert, Schauffele, obviously Koepka, they're all going to miss the cut.
Oh, man. Imagine that parlay.
That's a big boy. Those are some big numbers in there.
Mm-hmm.
Big. Michael Block was 15-1 here to make it, and he was 11 over today. So no repeat of the incredible run. He blew up today.
Not going to make it.
No.
Okay. Major League Baseball, rivalry weekend, wind blowing out today at Wrigley, and it's playing that way.
How good is this?
8-3 Cubs right now in the 6th.
Yeah, your guy went deep. This is great how they're doing this with the rivalries and all the close matchups, and it should be a fun weekend on paper.
Let me pay off the tees here. Jose Altuve is the batter who has 7 home runs off of tonight's opposing starting pitcher, and that is Nathan Eovaldi, who has been amazing so far this year. Mm-hmm. But in his career, Altuve is 16 of 52. That's a 308 average, 7 home runs and 2 doubles. He's like 9-1 to hit a home run tonight, but I will tell you that 6 of those home runs came in 3 games. So he went yard twice off of Eovaldi 3 different times in his career.
It's tough. It's like the Celtic game. It's because of Eovaldi's 3-0 with an ERA under 1 in his last 4 starts. They're hot. They've won 6 in a row. The pitching matchup lived up to the expectations and hype.
So
how good was that? 1-0 DeGrom over Brown. So that's not bad. But I like Eovaldi over his K prop, which is 5.5. And I'll give you another one because they moved this up because of weather. We got a first pitch in half an hour with Cleveland and Cincinnati. Singer, 3rd most run support in baseball. Ramirez, who's on fire, has owned him. He's got a 9-game hitting streak. He's hitting over 400 since in that streak, but he's hitting 444 with 3 bombs against Singer going back. And he is $1.15, 2 total bases, 2+ total bases. You want to go over 1.5. You want to go hits, runs, RBIs. You can do that as well. But he's total ownage here for Ramirez against Singer.
I played a same-game parlay with 2 guys that hit a home run in that game. Ramirez is one, and Benson for Cincinnati, who went yard yesterday, is another one. And it pays a pretty decent number. I think it's like 14 or 15-1. I know the weather is creeping in, hence what you said a moment ago. But as long as it doesn't if they get the game in, like the conditions today at the Great American Ballpark, very conducive for runs, specifically home runs. So I played a same-game parlay there, hoping that we get maybe a little bit of bombs away in that matchup. The other ballpark-friendly fields today, that's number 1. Wrigley, another one, obviously. Oriole Park for Nats Orioles. Fenway Park for the Sox and Braves, although that's Crochet and Sale. And then Kauffman Stadium as the Royals host the Cardinals. Not so homer-friendly today, but maybe some runs scored overall.
Yeah, I don't mind that either. And Reagan's has been bad. Last 4 starts, ERA of 7. I don't mind fading him today.
Yeah, not great.
But he struggled, yes.
Not great. So I know I said that about the Oriole ballpark today. However, there is this angle as well, and this is a K-prop that I laddered tonight. The O's against lefties because they're getting Mackenzie Gore tonight. Their WRC plus is 50. That's the second worst in all of Major League Baseball. They have a 236 weighted on base. That's dead last. And the 7th highest K rate against lefties on the year. Lefties are also 9-2-1 over their K prop against Baltimore on the season. Gore struck out 8 Orioles on April 24th. And other lefties to go against Baltimore this year. Crochet had 8. Bubic had 8. He had 3 the second time he faced him. Abbott had 11. Skubal had 11. And Rodon had 7. And I'm looking at projections and some models for that game tonight. And just per some numbers, he has a better chance, Gore does, of getting like 7, 8, 9, 10 strikeouts than he does of staying under 6.5. So I went over 6.5 with a pretty decent bet, and then I laddered up to 8 and 9 Ks in that game for him.
Okay. I like the Yankees and Rodon. Revenge for last year when the Mets had their number. Also, McGill has an ERA of 6 and change in his last 3 starts. Something's got to give. Mets allow the fewest home runs. Yankees hit the most. But I think Rodon's had an unbelievable year. And I think the Mets get beat by the Yankees tonight. And the other one was the over. And how bad has Flaherty been? This is a great story with the Tigers, but the guy letting them down is Flaherty.
He's been really bad.
Last 5 starts, ERA of 6 and change. They're 1-7 in his last 8 starts. They're number 1 in run differential. But, guys, we keep talking about this from a prop standpoint. Baez, Torkelson, and Green. They are mashing for Detroit, and it's Francis for Toronto. Total only 8.5. But I'd be careful to take the Tigers as bad as Flaherty's been. And I see runs in that game
I think
coming up. And
over's worth a bet because Francis has allowed 12 home runs so far this year.
That's good, too. Yeah, and those same cast of characters, especially Baez hitting almost 400 going back since April 26. Our lawyer is Al Lasso. He is the best. He won the biggest slip and fall verdict in the United States. If you've been injured in Nevada in a car crash, a slip and fall, or become someone else was careless, what you do next really matters. And you need Lasso Injury Law, not your typical personal injury firm or boutique law office that gives you one-on-one attention. You're not just a case number. You're a real person with a real story. With over 20 years of experience and millions recovered, Al and his team bring passion and purpose to every case, whether you're local or coming from out of state. When someone's been hurt, they don't need excuses. They need answers, support, and results. Call Lasso Injury Law, 702-625-8777. Free consultation. You'll reach a team that's ready to help. 702-625-8777. Lasso Injury Law, built on purpose, driven by results, and he helped you big time, Mitch.
Yeah, I was involved in a severe car crash several years ago, so bad that my car engine was cracked in half. So I'm still feeling that today, and I'll be impacted from that car crash for the rest of my life. I had no idea what to do, who to turn to, and once I called Al and got to know him a little bit better, the experience could not have gone any better than what it did. We still talk all the time, and been to a Raiders game together.
It was incredible.
Break bread.
He walks you through what to do in that moment after the car accident. Yep.
Mike Somich on the program coming up next. He nailed the superfecta. Who does he like at the Preakness?
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
A lot to get into here with VSiN host Mike Somich. Little NHL action, NFL, future or futures, and the Preakness as he is hosting VSiN at the Track on Mad Dog Sports Radio and right here on VSiN tomorrow, 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock Eastern, and also Ready, Set, Bet on Sunday right here on VSiN from 1 until 4 Eastern. He nailed the superfecta at the Kentucky Derby, and he joins us now on the Progressive Guest Line. Mike, good afternoon. Thanks for the time today. How are you?
I'm doing great. Phenomenal weekend. We got the PGA, NHL playoffs, NBA playoffs. We got all this NFL information out there. And, of course, we got the second jewel, the Triple Crown, the Preakness. So I'm pumped to get out there to Vegas. We'll be flying out right after the hit here.
Yeah, you got to be feeling pretty good after, your breakdown in the Kentucky Derby guide here at VSiN was so good. And you were like 3 different levels here. Depends on how big of a bettor you're going to be. And, like, they all came in. So tip of the cap to you. Now, what do you want to do? How do you want to attack the Preakness now with the field of horses that we have in it?
Well, I'd like to hit it again because
I understand that part. Yeah,
the Derby Superfecta home. Yeah, if you bought the guide over VSiN.com, you cashed $6,000 off about $300 worth of tickets. So hopefully everyone got involved over there. I'm going to attack this race in a similar manner. I think you always have to start out with what does the speed look like in these horse races. And in the Kentucky Derby, we talked about inside and outside speed and expecting a fast pace. I kind of expect the same thing here. You've got 2 speed horses, the number 1 goal-oriented for Bob Baffert and the number 8 clever again for Steve Asmussen that both want to get to the front. They both won their races going gate to wire and are 2 horses that I don't expect to back down from each other. I don't think one kind of lets the other go and tries to change their style and stalk in this race. On top of that, you've got the 3 American Promise, the 6 River Thames, and the 9 Gosker, who have all been forwardly placed in their races as well. This seems like it's literally setting up again for another quicker pace, which means I'm looking for horses that I believe can come from a little bit off the pace and are going to be able to handle this distance well. And it really all starts with number 2 journalism here. He was your favorite in the Kentucky Derby. He's coming back on 2 weeks. That's the big question mark for him. Mm-hmm. How is he going to run on this quick turnaround? Now, 4 of these 9 horses are coming back on 2 weeks. We need to make sure we at least mention that. So the 1 goal-oriented, the 3 American Promise, the 7 Sandman, as well as the 2 journalism, all turning around quickly. And when I look at journalism, to me, that's the real question with him. If he comes back and if he runs his Kentucky Derby, if he runs his Santa Anita Derby, if he runs his San Felipe, he wins this race by 3 or 4 lengths. So the question is just, will he be able to do it? I'm one of those proponents that I think he will. We saw this horse run 3 races in 7 weeks as a 2-year-old. He won both the second and third starts in that cycle. I don't think this is a situation where Mike McCarthy had any pressure to put him in this race. They could have saved him for the Belmont, where he would have been either the favorite or the second choice to Sovereignty in that spot, and probably had a better setup than he did in the Kentucky Derby. Journalism wants to be closer to the pace than Sovereignty did, than Baeza did on that day. And so he had to go a little bit faster early and thus didn't have that kick late. This is the setup where I think it's just perfect for him. He should be able to sit somewhere in that 5th, 6th spot, save ground on the inside there on the first turn, and then be able to really get his motor going around the far turn. And if he runs his race, I think he is the best horse. Now, that's not very sexy, right? He's 8-5 on the morning line. He's around plus 100, plus 110 if you look at fixed odds markets right now. So that's probably going to get bet down. That means we have to approach this race from a betting perspective differently than we had to approach the Kentucky Derby. When you have 19 horses, you can spread out a little bit more, and you can still be able to make money if your opinion's correct. When you have 9 horses and you like the favorite, you've really got to press the pedal to the metal on your opinion if you want to be able to really cash in big on one of these races. So that's what I'm going to do here. I like journalism quite a bit. I like the 6 River Thames as well. This is a horse that's been running in Florida, and Florida has come back as one of the best circuits that we've seen of this 3-year-old class. We saw Burnham Square win at Keeneland and then come back and run very well in the Kentucky Derby off a bad trip. We saw another Florida Derby horse win 2 days ago at Horseshoe Indianapolis and be able to come back and win. So I respect this Florida circuit quite a bit. So those are the 2 horses I'm really going to be keying on. So here are my 3 bets that I'm going to put in for the Preakness here. First one, we're going to start out with a $5 superfecta. So instead of the $1 base, we're going to go all the way up to $5 because we're getting much tighter on this ticket. So our $5 superfecta will cost you $30 total. We're going to go with the 2-horse journalism in the first spot. And then second, third, and fourth, we're going to go with the 4-horse Heart of Honor, the 6-horse River Thames, and the 8-horse Clever again. So the 2, journalism has to win. And then second, third, or fourth has to be either the 4, the 6, or the 8. Can finish in any order in those second, third, and fourth spots. Again, that $5 superfecta will cost you a total of $30. I mentioned I think River Thames is by far the second best horse in this race. So I'm going to play a cold exacta. The 2 journalism with the 6 River Thames. Hoping to get around 10-1 on this, so I'm going to bet a little bit more on it. I'm going to bet $25 here and hoping for around a $250-ish return. And then I'm going to press that opinion even further, and I'm going to put the 2. I'm going to play a $10 trifecta with the 2 journalism in first, the 6 River Thames in second, and then use the 4-horse Heart of Honor and the 8-horse Clever again in that third spot. So that ticket will cost you $20 total, and it either would need to run 2, 6, 4 or 2, 6, 8 for that final bet to win there.
Great job, Mike.
Beautiful.
All right, well done. How about tomorrow? You're a hockey guy. Game 6 in Dallas. Hellebuck off the shutout. He's lost 9 in a row in the playoffs on the road. Dallas up to $1.60, even money to win in regulation. Do the Stars finish off Winnipeg?
I think they do. I mean, this is just the story of two Hellebucks, right?
Yep.
I mean, you have Road Hellebuck, who got chased in 3 games against St. Louis and was not good in either of the first 2 games in Dallas. And you've got home Hellebuck, who's got 2 shutouts in this series at home. Now he's on the road again. Why would you want to be backing the Winnipeg Jets in this spot? This is an elimination game. That matters from a pulling the goalie perspective. I think Winnipeg will pull their goalie with 2.5, 3 minutes. If they're down a goal here, that gives the Stars extra capital to be able to get an empty netter. I don't want to lay them the minus 150, minus 160. Give me the puck line here. I'll take the Dallas Stars minus a goal and a half, plus 175. Ooh. We'll just keep zigzagging this. We had the Jets minus a goal and a half, plus 210 yesterday. Why not just go to the Stars side here? These games have not been all that close when you look at the final scores. I expect we see a 2-goal or more win from the Stars tomorrow. So I'll lay the goal and a half, take the plus 175 on the Stars. And look, you can get decent prices right now on either the Stars or the Panthers to win it all. You can get right around 3-1 on both of them. They're going to be the better teams in their series if they get past this round. And that's the key to why the price is currently where it's sitting. They're both sitting in Game 6 situations at home where I expect both to win. If either of them wins in that spot, they're going to be the favorites over the Hurricanes in the East for the Florida Panthers and over the Oilers in the West for the Dallas Stars. So I like taking either of them, really. Whoever you like more. I would lean toward the Panthers because I think they're more of a lock to be able to get to the Stanley Cup Finals. But I think 3-1 on both those teams is a good price to win it all right now.
All right, very good. Follow the money here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Our guest, VSiN host Mike Somich, and he is on the Progressive Guest Line. Thought you and Matt Brown did a terrific job on Wednesday night for the schedule release show that was 4 hours long. You can go back, by the way, for those of you who want to maybe check that out over the weekend, live reaction to the schedule getting released. It's going to be on the VSiN Watch app. It's there right now with Mike and Matt. And so when I was listening to the show, you were like all over these teams in real time. Like right now, you've had a day or two to think about it. Like your favorite future bet or bets that are on the board currently with the number would be what?
I've got 2 of them. The first one is the Buffalo Bills plus 350 to be the number 1 seed in the AFC. I just look at their schedule, and I think it broke so beautifully for them. If you look at their away schedule specifically, there's really one tough game on the road all year, and they don't have a difficult spot before that game, so they should be able to prep up and play well in that spot. Their home schedule features 3 hard games. They've got the Chiefs, they've got the Eagles, and they've got the Ravens. But again, all 3 of those games at home, and all 3 of them broke beautifully. They play one early, one middle, one late, and they have very easy games or their first game of the season. So they're able to, again, be able to prep for these teams that they've seen before, and they get them all at home. They have the Bengals at home as well. If the Bills can go, lose 1 game, maybe no games, maybe 2 games on the road, and just play like they have in Orchard Park in past seasons, they should be a 13-14 win football team, and that should be enough to win the AFC this year, considering I think Kansas City is going to have a lot more trouble with the AFC West than what we've seen in the past. The other one that I love here, and I hate saying this, I'm a Dolphins fan. Give me the under 8.5 on Miami. Yeah. I think that schedule broke as bad as it possibly could for them. They're a team that have struggled down the stretch the last 2 years when in playoff contention. Look, they're not going to have Jalen Ramsey. They still have both of their defensive ends who are coming back from major injuries. The secondary is a mess. You don't know what's going to happen with Tyreek Hill. And now you look at the schedule and you've got 3 outdoor road games in the final 8 of the season. You're going to be in cold, snowy conditions, something that Miami has never done well. And on top of that, you have just all of this turmoil around the franchise. I don't see how Miami wins 9 games this year in that AFC East. If you want to play Buffalo 1, New England 2 in the division, that's plus 152. I think New England clearly the second best team when you look through that schedule. Very
good. You can catch Mike Somich with VSiN at the track, Mad Dog Sports Radio here, and also on VSiN tomorrow, 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, and also Ready, Set, Bet Sunday from 1 to 4 Eastern on VSiN. Thanks, Mike. That was dynamite. Enjoy the weekend.
You got it. Good luck this weekend, guys.
Same. Back at you. There you go. And he was on the Progressive Guest Line.
I don't understand the price tomorrow. It's like OKC. They haven't looked like the dominant regular season team for much of the playoffs. You have to separate Winnipeg at home, Winnipeg on the road.
I would agree.
Even money in regulation, and these guys haven't won a road game, and he hasn't played well.
Plus 175 on the puck lines.
Yeah.
They'll pull the goalie.
Game 1, Game 1's big now. Losing game 1, 3-2. Oh, it's tough. Bet the Preakness Stakes with First Bet. Get rewarded. Promo code VSiN200. 20% rebate on all wagers for the first 60 days up to $200. Firstbet.com. Code VSiN200.
Win some, lose some. Next here on VSiN.
If you work in quality control at a candy factory, you know strict safety regulations come with the job. It's why you partner with Grainger. Grainger helps you find the high quality and compliant products your business needs to inspect, detect, and help correct issues. And the sweetest part is, everyone gets a product that's as safe to eat as it is delicious. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Last night? Wow, winning. Or was it a rough one?
Well, they can't all be winners, can they?
Loser! You're a loser! Pauly Howard recaps the night in sports betting in Win Some, Lose Some.
Good job by the Jets to show some guts. Shut out Dallas last night. Scheifele first goal plus 875. Hellebuck did it again. Shut out 7-1. Stahl first goal 29-1. Anytime goal plus 575. Jarvis last goal 10-1 for Carolina.
Did you get involved at all with a Stars team total under it all, or maybe even Hellebuck shutout live in play during the game?
Oh, I just went the game under. I went both in play, both the first two games under, 4.5 and 5.5.
So it was
in play, yep. And go ahead.
It was early second period, and I brought that up the previous game at home when I said
you could bet shutout.
Yeah, I found 0 goals.
Okay. Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like,
right.
But I didn't do it because it was 7-1 last game. I'm like, I think he's going to do it again. I found 5-1 in play in the second period.
Early second? Okay.
It was a small bet, but it was like, he might do this again at home, and just on the road, that's when you got to go against him every single time.
You know, I played the game at a high level as well.
We're aware.
Okay. It happened again, though, as well. Can you believe the goal that Thompson gave up there to send you home and end your season? That's happened at least like 7 to 10 times in the playoffs. The puck's over on the boards.
Yeah.
It's over here. Why are you facing straight ahead? And you're not even looking. Square up to the shooter. Face the shooter. The shooter's over here. Don't give him like this room. And why are you staring straight ahead when the puck's over here? And there's been like 7, 8 goals where it either goes 5-hole off his stick, off his pad, or goes over his shoulder in the top shelf. It's ridiculous. That's how you go home.
Okay, you might think I'm being facetious right now. I promise you I'm not. Did you ever consider being a goalie coach? I'm 1,000% serious right now.
No, I didn't. I can't believe these guys are taught and or playing that situation where the puck is over here on the boards and every guy is there. You square up to the shooter and then you hug the post. You don't just give them like, hey, it's like an invite. Hey, come on in, shoot it over my shoulder. See if it's like happened 10 times. It's ridiculous.
I don't need to look at you. You're not going to get one by me.
And that's how they lost the game. That's how you go home. He was terrible this series, Thompson. Some softies. Nuggets plus 170. Most assists, Williams 11-1. Brown, most threes, 10-1.
Oh, he was so good last night.
Yep. Johnny Vegas, first round leader, 200-1 down the street. Nobody had it. 575-1 at Circa to win it. He's the leader. Late in the second round, there were 5 small bets on him here at Circa. Subscribe, be part of the team, VSiN.com. Our radio and podcast friends, send them in. We'll put you on. Pauly does Vegas on Instagram. This guy, look at this, showing us, don't touch my teddy bear. That's my toy. Leave it alone. Every time he's, look at those teeth. That is some serious business here with the humans petting the teddy bear. And this, look at the dog's reaction. No. The growl's awesome with the volume. That's great. And you ever see 2 dogs tango? Good looking pups here, but look at this. Hey, you want to dance? Okay. Want to dance? Go back. Look at the tail the whole time. Paw up on his back. Come back in.
Like a baseball
there you go. Yeah, right.
Hold me back. I swear to God.
Yeah. A little hug. Now back out. Look at this. They're dancing. Doing a tango.
It is
here.
a dance, yeah.
Yeah. Now he puts his paw on the guy's back. Now he comes in, leans in, puts his... That's great. Phenomenal. Lose some Capitals. They lost in 5 games. They scored 7 goals in the series. 6 if you take away Wilson's empty net goal.
Thanks.
Could not solve Anderson at all. And OKC is on a 1-7 run ATS in the last 8. Brutal. Edge Boost, the first ever bank account built for bettors, ensuring all gambling transactions are approved. No usage fees, no minimums, or in cashback rewards. 100% approval for all betting deposits. Sign up today, edgeboost.bet, promo code FTM. Deposit $25 and Edge Boost will match it. Edgeboost.bet. Card never decline. Don't wait on that wire. Don't pay those outrageous fees if you go over your limit. Edgeboost.bet.
Can I give you a contrarian play for tonight? I know what your reaction is going to be, but I want to run it by you anyway because you're on the opposite side.
You're going to go Toronto, aren't you?
No, I'm going to go Toronto first period.
Well,
I made the case for that in Game 3 when I thought the price for the Panthers to win the first period when they were down 2-0 was absolutely preposterous.
Yeah.
And they played that. When Toronto came out and they're like, yeah, we're even with this team, right? We're good. And they won that first period. They were so embarrassed again at home in the previous game. I mean, if we ever see any pride at all from these players in this organization, is it not going to come early?
No. Well, okay, if it comes, yeah. I don't expect much tonight. I can't believe the price. I got series. I have $1.50 in regulation. It's been, I throw out the last goal when it was 6-0. It's 12-1 Panthers since it was 3-1 middle of Game 3. It's been total domination.
Yeah.
And there's just no guts, no character, and they've laid down. You're not going to get Stolarz back, and you know what I think of Wall anyways. So it's back to the drawing board for the Leafs.
I looked at plus a half a goal in the first period, but you got to lay 60 cents. So I think I might actually bet him in the first period. Again, I don't anticipate this team winning the game, and I think Florida might wear them down over a full 60 minutes.
Well, what is it? It's 2 goals in the last 2.5 games for Toronto.
Sure.
Everyone's shut down.
But I would actually be more stunned if it's 3-0 Florida like 15 minutes into the game.
Yeah,
it's like,
right.
guys, you're seriously going to punt on another series and another season like this?
All right, we agree to disagree. It's tough.
No, I'm just saying, like, there's an angle here where...
What's the other way?
If they're ever going to come out and show something, it has to be as soon as the puck drops in this game tonight.
I was looking at...
but maybe they have no pride.
Yeah.
I mean, Jonathan Davis
character.
has been telling us that for a year and a half now. He thinks they love to win. They don't hate to lose.
Yeah, plus 115 in the first period isn't good enough.
Oh, for the Maple Leafs?
For the Panthers. Puck line.
Oh,
not
puck
money
line.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
230 is the money line.
Oh, you could grab a pretty nice number on the Maple
yeah.
Leafs if you want to go the other way like that.
Yeah. Aston Villa won 2-0. They beat Tottenham. And also in the Prem, no score, 70th minute, Chelsea and Man U. Draw is the favorite in that one. And 10-3 Cubbies in the 8th against the White Sox. And we're getting ready. And with Cincinnati and Cleveland, they moved first pitch up to 2:10.
Yep.
We're all about Ramirez props here. 12 of 22 against Singer with 3 bombs. That's coming up as well.
Yeah. And I'll give you this from that Cubbies game. My guy, Pete Crow Armstrong, boy, does he like to play with some flair. He is cocky, man, and I love it. 4 of 5, 6 RBIs, couple of runs scored, and yet another home run. 12th on the year. He has 13 stolen bases, and he is now batting .282 on the season. I bet him, and I said this on the air, I have him twice so far this year. One is 120-1 to win the MVP, and the other one is at 70-1.
Yeah.
So right now he is down. I'll look at a book here.
Mr. Bobblehead had a couple last night again.
Yeah, I know.
This guy.
PCA is 30-1 to win the NL MVP. But here's who is in front of him. Shohei, obviously, 2 more dongs last night. Tatis, incredible year. Carroll, same. His teammate Kyle Tucker is plus 950. Pete Alonso is ahead of him. So is Freddie Freeman, Juan Soto, and Francisco Lindor. I'm not saying that PCA should be ahead of any of them or all of them. What I'm trying to point out is that's a huge list of guys that he's going to have to leap. And I don't know if 30-1 would be worth it at this point to grab him.
Yep. Good couple of holes here for Rory. He's going to make the cut unless he implodes. Connors got back up there as well. And right now...
Where's Corey Connors?
He's even.
Okay.
But the cut line is 1 over. Guys who are going to miss the cut as of now. Spieth, Fowler, Day, Schauffele. Schauffele was 4-1. Novak, JT, Mitchell, Aubert, Reed.
Oh, man. They're all going to miss?
Yep. Cantlay. And we know what happened with Koepka and also and DJ. I think Cam Smith as well, Mickelson, guys. It went sideways from the get-go for a lot of these guys. And DJ's 12 over for the tournament. Yikes.
Yeah. What'd you mention with Rory there?
He was at 1 over. Now last check he was 1 under.
He's 1 under. He has 4 birdies on the day so far today. So here you go. Rory putting it together. It looked like he was on the cusp, obviously, of missing that cut. And updated number here on Rory to come roaring back. He's 11-1 to win the tournament. 7 strokes back. My God, what was he an hour ago?
Yeah, this is could be a great in-play opportunity because, talking to Wes, he thinks all these guys are going to fall back. off the top of the leaderboard, and then who does that open the door for? You know, DeChambeau's 3 under, tied for 13th. Scheffler 4 under, because it's you know Johnny Vegas, Smalley, Homa, Bezuidenhout. You think they're just going to implode
here
on
comes
the weekend?
Here comes Fitzy, by the way.
Fitzy did it again. He's 6 under now. Yeah,
and he is currently 10-1 to win this thing. He's third on the odds board.
Yeah,
he's won a major in the past.
How about front porch Bobby McIntyre's
I like
3
that
under.
guy.
Yeah, he's still hanging around too. And Hovland 2 under and Adam Scott 2 under.
Yeah, but remind me again never to make the case for Hovland. It's just every single tournament. It's such a roller coaster, man. I think he had 4 bogeys today. One of them was a double, and he had like 4 birdies. It's like, dude, can you ever just the bogey avoidance, please? Once put it together. But he's got all the talent in the world, but it's coming at some point. You just know it's going to happen.
Chelsea scored 1-0 Chelsea, 80th minute.
Up next, we will hit tonight's playoff betting board. And the number one thing that intrigues me about this Knicks-Celtics game is coming up right here on VSiN.
If your job at a healthcare facility includes disinfecting against viruses, you know prevention is the best medicine. And maintaining healthy spaces starts with a healthy cleaning routine. Grainger's world-class supply chain helps ensure you have the quality products you need when you need them. From disinfectants and cleaning supplies to personal protective equipment, so you can help deliver a clean bill of health. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.